Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day point of view. In front of us is the new Tesla Model Y. This is the 26 model year. It's the long range rear wheel drive, so 300 horsepower. Now, this is a Tesla's test car. This is the only version I haven't tested, so we're gonna take it back to Tesla. Or actually, I'm gonna go to my standard garage, but I wanted to test this out as well. I did test the all-wheel drive, long range, and the performance. I even tested the rear-wheel drive with an LFP battery, but the standard, now just called Model Y. And this just has a bigger battery. It's unfortunately not an LFP, but let me show you here the reverse cameras. You can switch to rear. Even the mirrors go down. So let me see here. Okay, it doesn't give this option when you're stationary. I guess it automatically switches it, and you can see those. Now, one thing I really dislike here in the new one, it's the screen. I guess I'll have to get used to it. So I can just tap here and keep my hand here. So let's head out. Now, I wish Tesla added the stock just for practicality reasons. I think it's much better to have it. I'm glad that they returned the turn signal. Now, another annoying feature in Europe, and this is only Europe, is they've added this chim if you're going faster than the speed limit. It's not super annoying. You just tap here on the speed limit. It's muted for the rest of the drive, but I'm pretty sure you can disable that in the service, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that because it's against the law. Now, it's not 50 here, it should be 90 because this isn't a city. I just wanted to drive through this slightly curvy roads a little bit. I'm going to slow down when there's actually houses, of course. And I did a quick video of this car because it has the white interior. It's a very interesting, and I wanted to see it in person. But personally, I still think I would rather stick to the black interior. And the reason why is these seats are now perforated. So the front ones are ventilated, the rear ones are not. And just for that reason, because the black seats are also ventilated, you can just quickly cool them down when you sit in a hot car in summer. I'm not really sure, do the white seats really help? Because Tesla added this new glazing that's supposed to reduce the amount of heat coming inside, so it's repelling more heat, but it's better, but not really preventing the car of overheating. It's interesting here, we're in the shade and everything is covered by frost. Now, I think these do help a little bit, the white seats, but not a lot. So I would definitely go still for the black interior, just because these get full of stains. Of course, you can clean them out with a wet micro towel. But if you're a little bit of OCD and you just love to have a clean car, these might be a little bit of a hassle. Especially if you have kids, it's just more practical to have a black interior. Also, the textile here is nice and white. I mean, the whole car looks more roomy and there's more light coming inside. But again, I think I would just personally prefer the black interior. Also, I've mentioned this is the 26 model year because in 25 they've added the Juniper to the market. There was still the ongoing model or the legacy. And then in 27, it's going to be the second quarter. They're already coming to some Asian markets, but the 27 model year is having a black headliner, and this is the 15-inch screen. The 16-inch screen was reserved only for the performance model that you saw in the performance car that I tested as well. Had a 16-inch screen. This is now standard. It has more dense pixels. You can order it from a Tesla service from parts, but it's expensive. Getting an extra inch doesn't really matter, or dense pixels. I mean, it's great looking, but do you really need it? No, but it is compatible. You can just, it's plug and play. You can take it out and put the bigger one and it works. Some people already did it, but again, I don't think it's really worth the money or the hassle. So I would definitely not do that if I got this one. Now let me focus on the rear-wheel drive. It's pretty good, and I've tested also. I'm going to compare here now the standard Y or just Y, and with the premium you don't get the adaptive shocks, and trust me, they mean a lot, especially if you live in a country where the pavement or the asphalt isn't great, if it's full of potholes. This city, it's called Samobor, recently paved this, but before it was not really great, and the new adaptive suspension shines on the bad road especially. The standard suspension is great. It's the revised version that was slightly more comfortable than the very legacy one that was super stiff. It was emphasized as a sport suspension, or the sport handling was very stiff. You could feel all the bumps. Now I'm driving on this cobblestone, and the suspension is great. And this car has, let me see here, software. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see here, it's a little bit speed bumps and all. Almost 15,000 kilometers on this car. It's finally, as a German car, it's all great. There's no sounds, there's no crackings, there's no bumping on the bad surface. It's really a great product. I have the Model I have the Model 3 2021 Long Range. The gaps are okay, but the interior part of the car, it's sometimes this rattling sounds, and you know, the car is just flexing a lot. This one, they work the NVH a lot, and it's so much better. It's finally on European standards, but on German standard, not on French. French cars, some are good, some already have, as new cars, the sounds they're making are really irritating. This is finally perfect, I would say. Yeah, they can work out a little bit, of course, and make it even better. And I'm sure Tesla will do that in the future. Like, for example, this one has the front washer camera because it finally got the front camera, which raises the question why they didn't add it from the very beginning. And also, they didn't add the washer on the rear. You know, in the winter, there's a lot of water coming from the cars in front of you all over the front camera, but especially on the rear, there's also water behind you. Now, to be fair, they did change the design slightly, and it's better. It's less getting, wet. But generally speaking, that's one thing they should have added. But since Tesla doesn't have a rear wiper, they don't have a washer hose going to the back of the car. So that's probably the main reason why they didn't add that feature. Tell me in the comments, would you like a wiper on the Model Y? I know maybe aesthetically speaking it's not great looking, but it would be more practical to have one. Now, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet until we get to the highway, so you just enjoy the car and the sounds it does make and doesn't. So the fan speed is on automatic. It's the only thing I can hear mostly. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. You can subscribe, it's completely free. And if you want to see more Tesla content, do click the bell to get notified when I upload more content. We're going to be driving to Zagreb, so let me just see here. Actually, I'm not going to type it now because traffic light has changed. Yeah, but we're driving to the capital city of Zagreb. That's the capital of Croatia. We're in Croatia, if you haven't noticed. Also, I need to emphasize for those of you who are new to the channel, we have a speed tolerance here. In Croatia, it's in Bosnia, Serbia, I believe. Actually, I don't know about Serbia, but I know about Bosnia. So we have 10 kilometers tolerance to the speed limit up to 100 kilometers per hour. So if it's 50 here, I can drive 60. And on the highway, it's 10% to the speed limit. So I'm going to be driving a little bit faster, mostly to the speed limits, but I'm going to speed up a little bit on the highway so you can see the performance when we merge in. So I have to comment this. You saw the 40 speed limit. The car is still saying 90. It's using here the GPS data for some reason and not the camera. So that's really weird. I thought they would fix this by now, but it's obviously not fixed. And again, this car has the enhanced autopilot. I might have actually not mentioned that. I did mention it in the review. Apologies, but you know, I'm really curious why it's updated the speed now, because it's a GPS data. So yeah, we're coming to the highway. So one thing I really love about Teslas and EVs in general, they have this low center of gravity because of the battery, and they're really just like on rails. They're really great in the corners, and this car feels amazing. Even these bad damaged parts were just perfect. Look at this. There's going to be some damaged parts on the right lane in the highway, so I'm mostly going to be sticking to the left lane, especially if there's some traffic. But I'm going to run through that so you can hear the suspension work. It's so comfortable. It's amazing. And if you have a legacy Model Y, you can get this suspension and upgrade your car. I'm going to floor it here. So 300 horsepower, Tesla has added a limit for 140 kilometers per hour, which is fine. I think they maybe should have added 10 more, but that's in the tolerance. So this is another confirmation I'm not making things up. But the suspension, I'm just gonna drop here to 100 now. You can also hear the suspension work. This is a really bad part. 90, 100, 130. So the car speeds up very nicely. I get to this limit they've added, but it's just driving like knife through butter. Okay, let me engage the autopilot. So since you don't have the stock, you have to press this one. Now there's one con about this. If you got used to the stock, let me just use the turn signal. So the car has the enhanced autopilot. If you keep your hands touching the steering so it knows you're not paying attention, it's gonna change the lane for you. I wish this was a standard autopilot feature. And now if I use the turn signal again, I just need to do like a small, not even an input. I just need to keep my hands on it. So it can do that. So it's great. You can even see the avatar here. It's pretty cool while driving. And yeah, let's talk about the fact again. If you remember, the Model 3 was the first after those S and X, which are going to be discontinued soon. It didn't have the autopilot as a standard feature. They've added it afterward as a standard feature for all Teslas. Now, I wish, and I was kind of expecting that to happen, for Tesla to maybe add the enhanced autopilot as a standard feature, but that didn't happen. They are now trying to sell you the FSD as a subscription only, and it makes sense that they don't want you to use the autopilot. It's actually removed in, so why is it not, so I'm not sure why the car didn't adjust the speed here to 100 and to 100. I'm at 110 because on the way here it did that, but here for some reason it just decided it's not doing it. Okay, so there's a lot of traffic merging in, so I'm just gonna be a good driver, move to the left lane so they can safely merge in. I'm gonna see here, maybe, okay, I've now set at the speed, but maybe it's gonna update here back to 130. Let's see if it's gonna do that. But again, back to the point I was trying to make here. So yeah, I didn't update the speed for some reason. I'm gonna do it manually. Yeah, if you want to disable it, you can press the brake or you can just hit the button again. But in the stock, you could press down once to activate cruise control, and then press again to activate the autopilot. Or if you didn't activate the cruise, you can press twice down and activate the autopilot. Here you can only activate the autopilot, one click. You can activate the cruise control. You can change if you want to activate the cruise control or the autopilot. There's no both options, like one click or two clicks. So I'm not really sure why Tesla went this way with that. Okay, I can change my lane by myself here as well. I love the feature for the blind spot. I wish they've added that much sooner, but it's cool they finally added that. Now, we're coming close to end of our video, but, well, not completely close. And another thing, this turn signal, if you engage it, it doesn't always switch off. Like here I had to disengage it manually. There's no, in the Legacy, you press it once, it's like an easy press, or it just blinks 3 times. And then if you fully press it, it stays on until the steering wheel corrects it or cancels it. In this one, you don't get that for some reason. So I'm not really sure why, but the new turn signal stock works that way. So they've changed a few things. I think the previous feature was much better. I'm not really sure what's the reason behind that, but that's some of the features I've noticed they've changed. So I'm going to be quiet here a little bit, so just pay attention how Tesla handles the curves. Here it's perfect. You do need to keep your hands on the wheel occasionally. Now, now it's correcting the speed. See? For some reason maybe it's because of the bend as well. Before it didn't do that. So now what I want to do, I'm going to cancel it. Simply because I'm not sure this driver is going to let me merge in. He's signaling me, thank you, that he's letting me in. So, big thanks. I'm just going to slow down here, but there's no traffic merging in, at least on this separate lane. Again, GPS speed, but this time we use the camera. Yeah. Overall, I'm still very happy. The Juniper is really a big upgrade. Now, I've said, if you were regular to the channel, that I would definitely want to upgrade to a Model Y, and I'm considering now selling my Model 3 and upgrading to Juniper. It really wasn't my financial priority 2 years and even a year back, but now there are incentives for companies, and I have applied, so I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get that. I might upgrade to the Juniper because I really love it. I've tested now all the variants, all the versions, and it's pretty good. It's improved. They did check most of the boxes I wanted, but the handling is great. It's what I've loved. The suspension is now finally there, and the build quality is there as well. And I gotta say, since I test cars, if you see my channel, it's called JR Car Reviews because I review new cars. And I've tested even the Chinese competition. If you're from Northern America, where you still don't have Chinese EVs, like BYD, they're pretty good. The software is still a little bit behind, but the infrastructure for Tesla is amazing. Just yesterday, they finally added 2 superchargers on the highway. It took them a while. I think in 26 now, they're going to be expanding the supercharger network in Croatia. They've upgraded not all, but most of older V2 superchargers, and they've increased the power. So that's great. But they finally fixed the build quality. It's a much better car. It's much quieter than the rest of the competition. The soundproofing inside at 130, even 150 is amazing. That's one of the key features in the suspension, and the fact that the car after 15,000 kilometers doesn't have this, rattling sounds inside is just perfect. That's what I was expecting. I honestly got used to German cars, although I didn't have them on reviews lately after the pandemic. But due to the fact that I work only with one dealer and not the press cars. But this finally on this level, and I think, if you're on the market, you should definitely consider Tesla. Now, there is a lot of, this is actually also the most sold EV in 25, but most of media didn't cover that, simply due to the fact that, they like to make clickbaits, and Tesla had a lot of backlash due to Elon Musk sharing his political opinions. Doesn't matter if you agree or don't agree with Elon Musk. I think you shouldn't be lashing out on a brand that's really good, that actually, started making EVs popular again, because they failed in the past, and I think this is still the best EV on the market. And just saying this, whatever your political opinion is, I think you should not take it into account when you're buying a new car. I mean, Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet, so you're not going to be affecting him if you don't buy a Tesla. So that just doesn't really make a lot of sense. And another thing here, I'm pretty sure the camera is not going to pick this great in the garage. This theme should definitely switch to black theme in garage or tunnels. It doesn't decrease the brightness, but I feel like all the legacy cars just switch to black theme, and that's some of the features I would really like to see via software update. The ambient lights are great looking. Too bad they didn't add them before. And the turn angle is so much better on the Juniper, but it's not on the premium models. It's not on the standard Model Y. Still has a bigger turn radius, and I think it's due to the fact of the control arms. So another reason why I would go for the premium model. I'm not sure if this video is too long, but I wanted to, this is not my standard route. I can get it after working hours. This is again Tesla test car, but I'm pretty happy that I got it. Consumption, since charge, I picked it up. So it was on the charger, it was 18.4 kilowatts. That was for 45 kilometers from Zagreb to Samovar, and the way back, it was a bit less, 23 kilometers. I got 16.4, which is great. If I was continuing driving this avenue, I'm pretty sure I can lower this. Now, if I'm comparing the all-wheel drive versus this one, because they have the big battery, I would still go probably for the all-wheel drive because of the performance. But if you're not looking for performance and 500 horsepower, the 300 horsepower is more than enough, and it's going to give you a little bit more range. But I've looked the ABRP, or A Better Route Planner. Check it out. It's an amazing app. It's small difference for my route. I'm commuting from Zagreb to Zadar, and it's like 2 or 3% difference in range, so it's really not a lot. But I'm gonna wrap it here. This video was a bit longer, but I hope you enjoyed the video and the review. Again, amazing car. You should definitely consider it. Thank you for watching. Let me just see here. I think I've set the lights to manual. Oh, they're back to automatic, so that's great. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, comment. Again, subscribe for more Tesla content. And if this was helpful in any way, consider using my referral code so you get 1,000 free supercharging kilometers on Tesla network. Actually, we both get them, but if you don't want to use mine, use anyone else's who's a Tesla owner, because if you order directly from Tesla webpage, you don't get it. So I'm okay if you use someone else's. Just use it so you get them, and if you don't use them, it's gonna be a waste. I just wanted to show you here for all the Croatian audience, they've added here both sides. So this is Janče, it's now not Crodux, it's Petrol, but they have here 4 stalls on each side, V4. It's past, if you're going to Dalmatia, it's past Otočac. Finally, they've added here. In the future, just an FYI, Tesla will add here. Whoa! Oh no, that's excuse me, that's a destination charger. Tesla will add. If you tap here, then it just shows the superchargers. Tesla will be adding one in Pula, one over here in Istria. They will add one in Dubrovnik, or near Dubrovnik, one close to Šibenik, and I've suggested that they add one in Osijek and somewhere here in the middle, maybe Novska. We're gonna see, but in 26 they're definitely going to be expanding the supercharger network. There's also one just before the bridge here, Jesenice rest stop. It's only on one side. Hopefully they'll add it to both sides. And Rijeka has got a supercharger on only one side. The other side will be hopefully activated as well. That's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. And a huge thanks to Tesla team. Really cool for giving me the car for an extra hour so I can do my review and point of view driving. So there we go. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.